it, we're future shapers.
My name is Awad, and I've been with Sense for more than 2 years now. I'm working as a senior director of engineering here. Basically, this platform provides a lot of flexibility in terms of automating various stages of the hiring cycle, right? On top of that, we also provide hyper-personalized automation in the sense that the customers can build their own custom solutions or configure the platform depending on their need.
My full name is Dhruva Jyoti Bhattacharya. I am a lead product manager here. Where I come in is an area where tools are being built so that customers can analyze what happens after the fact, right? They want insights, they want reports. When they reach out to these million candidates, how are they engaging, right?
Prior to Snowflake, we were using a legacy infrastructure which consisted of Hive, MySQL, and Elasticsearch, which means that our analytics data was at 3 different places. Now, the problem with this particular infrastructure was that it was very difficult to manage. Because of all these challenges, the engineering team decided, okay, we have to go for a cloud-based solution which can actually help us to get rid of all these issues, right? That is when we started looking out for various options in the market. We looked at multiple options and then eventually decided on Snowflake. The main reason why I wanted to use Snowflake was its auto-scaling capability, right? No longer we have to worry about, okay, now the peak load is coming in, I have to manually go and upscale my infrastructure, right? On top of that, it provided a different environment for compute as well as storage, which means I can scale my compute capacity as and when required, right? I do not have to worry about putting in more CPUs to get the queries going, right? In addition to that, Snowflake is very much integrated with a lot of data connectors in the market, which means I can build in new workloads very easily and get them onward to Snowflake.
I'm Dheeraj Panda. I work as an engineering manager here at Sense. With Snowflake, we are able to break the silos that existed within different products. We are able to build one data platform to serve our data analytics, data application use cases.
Before we had Snowflake, we used to run into a lot of data inconsistency issues. The refresh rates were quite slower and customers and internal stakeholders would have some or the other kind of issues which are either related to the velocity or the trust that they would have. And we as a team will spend enormous amount of time to fix those issues because data was in multiple places, it was in different silos. Once we brought in Snowflake, what has happened is we were able to bring all of this data in one place. We broke those silos and we were able to gain a lot more performance out of Snowflake. What we have seen change is in the last 9 months, nobody has reported that they had data related issues, right? We were able to deliver our projects 40% faster than before. We have seen significant reduction in customers telling us that, hey, your data is not available. It's available at a certain predictability, and we were able to achieve that because of Snowflake. Snowflake has helped us gain that trust, has given us a lot of acceleration and the velocity at which we are getting our projects done.
I'm Sheila Jordan. I'm the Chief Digital Technology Officer here at Honeywell. It's just so amazing to see all the different areas and businesses that Honeywell's involved in. Everything from aerospace, oil and gas, energy, healthy buildings, our safety and protection equipment, and of course Honeywell Connected Enterprise. I think the entire audience would agree that the last 3 years have been, I think, the most challenging in industry. And really what's been one of our saviors inside of Honeywell is the Snowflake Data Cloud. In January 2021, we started to see the impacts of inflation from the supply chain. In October, that number grew quite large. We actually had our supply chain teams built an inflation index across all those different products and pieces and parts and components and raw material. So when you looked at the inflation index and we could actually match that to our pricing application technology, it was like a match made in heaven. We could then actually look at doing inflation adjusted pricing, which had a significant impact on the company's P&L. When I think about the future of Honeywell, we're actually becoming a software company. So we're putting together the products and services that we have traditionally delivered into applications. So we're creating a whole stream for the connected worker. Almost every function in the company has seen a benefit by using the Snowflake Data Cloud. Snowflake has really helped us transition Honeywell into a data-driven enterprise that we are allowed to have this information near real time at our fingertips. Our tagline is, "The future is what you make it." We're future shapers.
Hutch is a telecom service provider in Sri Lanka. We provide the 4G broadband services and 2G services to 95% of Sri Lankan. We have been the fastest growing broadband service provider in Sri Lanka for the last 2 years. Processing large amount of data is not easy. So you need to select the right technology. So we have been going through different database technologies over the time. We had on-prem system. We kept investing year on year, but we couldn't keep up with the demand that we had. So we were looking for a system which is reliable, easy to use, and secure and trusted. So this is why we selected Snowflake.
We had few business objectives. The major one was how to reduce our loading time. Why we need to have data on the table when the user comes to the office by 7 a.m. Data sharing and data collaboration is one of the key aspects in the Snowflake platform. With that, you can share your data amongst your internal staff as well as your business partners. The beauty of this feature is you don't need to create multiple copies of data. You can use existing data and you can securely share your data in clean rooms with your partners. And also, Snowflake has built their out-of-the-box AI solution, and we have given that access to our end users to empower and make use of power of AI to get their business insight or reports or questions to be answered through the AI Cortex.
Our systems, with the new migration, we are not worried about disaster recovery. System is 100% available. Previously we had integrity issues. Now we don't have integrity issues. After the Snowflake's migration, we are having a wonderful journey. As an operations head, I like to say that my burden has gone down from 100% to 0%.
With Snowflake, we want to enable our users to use power of AI, enhance our customer experience, modernize our network operations, and ecosystem collaboration for data sharing, and our technology be future-proof.
We serve 4 million subscriber base and they produce lots of transactions. With that, we daily produce 400 reports.
After implementing Snowflake, I would highlight 2 key factors. One is our data loading time. We cut it down from 12 hours to 4 hours. The second thing is our OPEX. We cut it down by 30%.
Our target is to be the premium operator. So I'm sure with this kind of data availability, we'll be the leading operator in the country.
The purpose of Hutch is to become the #1 mobile broadband service provider in Sri Lanka, so we can give an extraordinary advantage to all Sri Lankans to stay ahead. At Hutch, we believe your limitation is only your imagination. With Snowflake, our potential is limitless.
I'm Sheila Jordan. I'm the Chief Digital Technology Officer here at Honeywell. It's just so amazing to see all the different areas and businesses that Honeywell's involved in. Everything from aerospace, oil and gas, energy, healthy buildings, our safety and protection equipment, and of course Honeywell Connected Enterprise. I think the entire audience would agree that the last 3 years have been, I think, the most challenging in industry. And really what's been one of our saviors inside of Honeywell is the Snowflake Data Cloud. In January 2021, we started to see the impacts of inflation from the supply chain. In October, that number grew quite large. We actually had our supply chain teams built an inflation index across all those different products and pieces and parts and components in raw material. So when you looked at the inflation index and we could actually match that to our pricing application technology, it was like a match made in heaven. We could then actually look at doing inflation adjusted pricing, which had a significant impact on the company's P&L. When I think about the future of Honeywell, we're actually becoming a software company. So we're putting together the products and services that we have traditionally delivered into applications. So we're creating a whole stream for the connected worker. Almost every function in the company has seen a benefit by using the Snowflake Data Cloud. Snowflake has really helped us transition Honeywell into a data-driven enterprise that we are allowed to have this information near real time at our fingertips. Our tagline is, "The future is what you make it." We're future shapers.
AI is changing everything. Powered by breakthroughs almost daily, keeping up is mandatory. But speed alone isn't enough. The future belongs to those who can harness complexity, scale collaboration, and trust the systems they build on. The Snowflake AI Data Cloud is the platform for the AI era. It's a foundation for innovation across data, apps, and AI. A unified platform and connected ecosystem where building, scaling, and sharing between teams and clouds is easy. Today's AI revolution is the one we were made for. One where data isn't just collected, it's activated for rapid impact. With a simplicity that feels like magic, connectivity that unlocks value, and trust that never wavers. We're here to empower every enterprise to achieve its full potential through data and AI. Join us, and let's shape whatever comes next. Together.
Please welcome on stage Managing Director, Snowflake India, Vijayant Rai.
Good morning, Bangalore. Good morning. Some more energy, please. We're going to hit the weekend, I know that, but I mean, it's wonderful to have all of you here today. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for making time to be with us for the Snowflake World Tour. Incidentally, this is the fourth we are doing in this year in India. We started in Delhi a few weeks ago. We did Hyderabad. We did Bangalore. We did Mumbai last week, and then Bangalore here. This, incidentally, is going to be the biggest out of all four. So lovely to be here with all of you. And once again, thank you for making time for us here today. Also like to thank all our partners for their collaboration and partnership for this edition of the Snowflake World Tour. Thank you so much, much appreciated. To get things going, I'll start off with this very humble number 5 and what it denotes. So 5 here basically talks about the time Snowflake has been in India. We've been in operations here for 5 years. And in these 5 years, if you look at it, if you look at it, 5 is not a very large period of time in scheme of things, but it's been a period of profound change. And so what's happened in these 5 years is interesting to look at. From a country perspective, when you look at India in these past 5 years, huge amount of change, right? All of you in this room would have felt it over the past 5 years. India used to be the 6th largest economy 5 years ago, about 2.7 trillion. We are now the 4th largest economy. We just surpassed Japan some time back to reach the 4th largest economy, very quickly moving towards becoming the 3rd largest economy as well. So massive amount of change is what we've all experienced in the past 5 years. But I'd also like to submit that a lot of this change is at the back. It's been accelerated by digital and data. If you look at some of the numbers here and what's happening, banking transactions in India, today all of you, most of your transactions are basically digital. 95% of all banking transactions are digital. Last month, we crossed 20 billion. Just think of it for a moment, 20 billion transactions in UPI happened in the last month for all of us. For context, 5 years ago, that was about 200 million. Right? That's the scale of transformation we're seeing across the country in the payment ecosystem, in banking. If you look at the number of folks with smartphones in their hands today in India, 650 million people have smartphones. Close to 1 billion people have access to the internet. Again, for context, look back 5 years ago, that was about a 600 million number there. So massive amount of transformation at the back of digital and data. Something else happened in the past 5 years, something very big and very, very relevant to everybody in this room. Anybody wants to take a guess? I asked this question in Mumbai and they got it first time right. They talked about generative AI, right? So somewhere in the middle of these 5 years, November 2022, you had the advent of generative AI, which basically gave the power of AI in the hands of everyone. There were a lot of skeptics in this period of time saying, is it real, is it a hype, etc. I think that argument is settled now. AI is changing the world. It's making profound impact across all different industry sectors, etc. Here in Bangalore, we are home to some of the biggest startup community out here. A very large part of them are actually now doing AI work. So again, for context, we have 120 unicorns in the country now. 5 years ago, that was 20 or 30 as a number. So massive amount of change in the past 5 years. If you look at from a Snowflake point of view and what have we been seeing in the past 5 years and what our customers across digital natives, across the enterprise sector are sort of telling us, very clearly, data has become a strategic asset. It's no longer something you look at from a system of records, you look back, etc. It is a board-level imperative. Boards are looking at what they can do with data, what they can create, what they can innovate with data. So data has moved to that realm from being something which was looked back as a record to now something which you create on. We're also seeing the advent of the possibilities of AI. So from basically just querying your data to talking to your data with AI. That's a reality now. And we'll talk about a little bit of that as we go ahead. Having said that, the challenges still remain for all of you in this room, which is that your data is fragmented. That challenge will continue because data is growing at a humongous rate. Data, kinds of data, all of those challenges will continue to grow. Dealing with different systems, inefficiencies thereof, and then the access of data itself. Democratization of data is not there, pretty much. So those challenges remain in the enterprise, in digital natives, across the industry. And that's where the Snowflake AI Data Cloud actually comes in, right? And this is where teams, or rather, our teams will talk through the day on how we actually unlock the value of data by unifying your data, by helping you apply AI on top of that, and unlocking the value of data across your ecosystem. At a very simplistic level, I'll take you through this. How does it work? This is what you deal with. You're dealing with volumes of data, never going to go, come down. It'll continue growing. Varieties of data, structured, unstructured, semi-structured, all of that, different systems. Essentially, bringing in a lot of inefficiencies and complexity into your environments. Also, what happens is that today, with the latest and greatest available to you, AI technologies, etc., if you don't have your data in the right shape and form, your ambitions also get derailed in terms of how you basically get value out of AI. So at the first level, what the Snowflake fully managed AI Data Cloud does for you is help get your data in one place so you can get better analytics, better insights out of it. You can create applications on top of it. You can thereafter look at even the application of AI on top, right? So the crux here is that if your data is not in the right place, is not secured, governed, trusted, you really can't get trusted output on AI. So the first thing, if you have any data strategy which you're working on, is to look at how do you bring your data together. Once you've unified that, you then have the possibility of getting different outcomes with AI, etc. Now, this is interesting. I mean, and a lot of our speakers will talk about this. Look forward to this in different sessions which will happen. We'll probably demonstrate it as well. Snowflake Intelligence. So in the past few weeks, months, Snowflake has come out with a slew of innovations on AI. And one of that is Snowflake Intelligence. So if you are a Snowflake customer today, this is a bolt-on. This is a bolt-on AI. On top of it, you can talk to your data now, right? It unlocks immense use cases, value, which you can get out of it. But staying with this even further, 2 days ago, this is a very fast-moving space. We didn't get time to update our slides on this, but just 2 days ago, we announced something called as OSI, or Open Semantic Interchange. This is for AI, right? Just like we talk about when you get your data together, there is a substantial unlock. The similar thing works in AI as well. So what Snowflake has done along with organizations and partners like Salesforce, DBT, BlackRock, is announced OSI 2 days ago, which is a common semantic model for you to work on AI. So essentially, like I mentioned, data, when it's all together, is an amazing unlock. AI, in this format, will unlock a whole lot of stuff there. AI together is better than AI alone. Having said that, so we talked about unifying your data. We talked about application of AI on top of that for different outcomes. We next look at your ecosystem. So you, as an organization, as companies, you don't work alone. You have your suppliers, you have customers. The possibility of sharing data with your ecosystem is a substantial unlock. And that's what Snowflake enables with our zero copy ETL, et cetera, across the chain there. We also have the marketplace, the Snowflake marketplace, where you have more than 3,500 data providers. So if you are, for example, a financial services organization, you have the possibility of you enriching your data with third-party data sets like FactSet, Refinitiv, all of that, right? And likewise, if you are, say, in logistics and supply, you can probably make use of weather data sets which are available there to be basically brought into your organization natively. So amazing unlock with the marketplace. So in summary, the fully managed Snowflake AI Data Cloud for you will solve for data, it will solve for AI, and it will solve for ecosystem. Now we have, you don't take my word for it. We have customers here talking about what value they're getting from the Snowflake AI Data Cloud. Indigo Airlines, as we all know, is one of India's largest airline. It is India's largest airline by market share. They use Snowflake for unifying all the data and now getting AI outputs out of that. We have in the room Sandeep Jetwani, one of the founders of Dezerv, and he'll be speaking to you shortly. But basically, Dezerv is one of India's fastest growing wealth management platforms. And they are getting substantial value from the Snowflake platform to scale their business out. We also have, you'll have Piyush speaking from Razorpay shortly. Razorpay essentially has created a product on top of the Snowflake AI Data Cloud. It's called Data Sync. Now, as you know, Razorpay is one of India's largest UPI aggregators. They do millions of transactions a day. Right now, in the middle of Navratri, you can imagine the kind of UPI transactions which are going through Razorpay, right? Now, what they're supposed to do is reconcile that for their merchant partners. A Cars24, an urban company, and all of that, they're able to do now with zero copy ETL. So basically, instead of very cumbersome methods, and which is very delayed, their merchant partners can do this almost in near real time in terms of reconciliation. So amazing use cases out there being developed on the Snowflake AI Data Cloud. Bajaj Allianz General Insurance, they serve about 140 million customers in India. Again, very mature customer on Snowflake. They've unified their complete data. They're getting outputs for risk management, for better customer engagement, so on and so forth. We have hundreds of customers in India. We have, as of last count, 12,000 plus customers globally. But the other interesting fact in these 12,000 customers globally is that 6,100 of them actually are already using AI. So I started off by saying that people thought of AI as a hype, etc. We have proof in the pudding here. We've reported 6,100 customers using AI ML outcomes already on the Snowflake AI Data Cloud. Great stories, great use cases. Our teams will be happy to share that with you so that you can accelerate your data and AI journeys. So what are we doing for India? I mentioned we basically are a young company here, 5 years into the operations. But for India, we are scaling out in a big way. It's a massive investment territory for Snowflake. First of all, of course, ensuring that the data cloud is available so that you can innovate, you can get most from your data and AI with this fully managed cloud. We are available, we are resident in the country in case you're a regulated industry. Nothing stops you from getting the best from the Snowflake AI Data Cloud. Second is we're building from India. We have hundreds of partners who are building applications on the Snowflake cloud from India. India, as you know, is a very large ISV ecosystem out here, and we're building from India, for the world with these partners. And finally is our commitment to the India market. We know that AI and data will need a lot of data practitioners, a lot of certified folks. The ability to keep up with the pace of change is something we are completely acutely aware of. And we are committed to making sure that India gets the best in terms of skilling. So to that extent, we announced our Million Minds One Platform program. That's a global program to skill about 1 million people. In India, we've tied up with NASSCOM to skill 100,000 people through the Future Skills program. In fact, 2 weeks ago, we also launched a program with the ICT Academy to train the trainers, about 2,500 of them, and about 250,000 people beyond that. So massive commitment to the India market and something which you can bank on. Having said that, I'd like to summarize Snowflake today. The Snowflake AI Data Cloud is one platform, many possibilities for all of you, and for us to collaborate together. With that, once again, a very warm welcome to all of you at the Snowflake World Tour here in Bangalore. With that, it's my pleasure to call on stage Adam. Adam is our Global VP for Industry. He's flown all the way from the US to be here with all of you to share his insights.
Thank you. Hello, Bangalore. It is fantastic to be here. Let's get into it. At Snowflake, our mission is simple but bold: to empower every organization to achieve their full potential with data and AI. AI is fundamentally changing the way that we work, the way that we operate in our daily lives, and it's going to keep changing. The world's hardest and most ambitious ideas, from personalized medicine tailored to your genetic data, to autonomous factory floors, even to virtual shopping where you can try on clothes from the comfort of your own home, these things are no longer science fiction. They are becoming possible through the power of data and AI. And we are here to help get you there. Snowflake helps remove friction, break down silos, and make the complex feel effortless. We help you unlock outcomes with your data that were previously unimaginable. Snowflake is the place where your data does more. We live in a world where design is no longer just a skill, it's an expectation. From social posts to business decks, the demand for visual content has exploded. Canva has transformed the way the world designs, empowering over 230 million users across 190 countries with an intuitive platform for creativity. But with that scale comes a new challenge: how to help every user go from idea to execution faster without overwhelming them with complexity. With Snowflake, Canva delivers real-time creative intelligence across their platform, giving product and analytics teams instant visibility into user behavior and experience patterns. This means faster product decisions, smarter design suggestions, and a platform that continuously learns, all while remaining simple and intuitive to users. For Canva, data isn't just about measurement, it's about sparking creativity, and that is where data does more. Now, the true magic of a great technology is making something complex feel easy. The key to a great solution is simplicity. Now, some choose to check boxes on functionality and string together solutions, passing on that complexity to the end user. But the cracks show. Complexity creates risk. Complexity creates cost. Complexity creates friction, making it harder to get the job done. Simplicity drives results. And that is why Snowflake holds simplicity at the heart of our design. We give you an AI data cloud that's easy to use. We make it easy to implement. We make it easy to scale and share, collaborate, use, and build with data. We make it easy to get value from your data across the entire data lifecycle. This simplicity has never been more important than it is right now in this age of data and AI. You should be able to ask a question with a voice memo and get an answer from your enterprise data, or launch a customer app without writing a line of code, or build with an API knowing that you have the freedom to change your mind on the AI model or language at any time. You should be able to harness the power of the world's best AI models to create agents tailored to your business. This is how simplicity accelerates innovation. And that is why Snowflake AI is designed for ease of use. Thousands of our customers are using AI and machine learning on a weekly basis to accelerate their business. Now, an easy data experience starts with eliminating complexity, so teams can focus on innovation, not infrastructure. And Siemens is a great example. With hundreds of business units across the globe, Siemens needed a way to simplify how data is accessed, shared, and operationalized. With Snowflake, Siemens unified their data onto a single platform, removing silos, reducing manual work, and accelerating time to insights. Teams from manufacturing to product development now collaborate on the same data, with self-service access that enables faster decisions and scalable innovation. By making data easy to use across the enterprise, Siemens is moving faster, sharing more, and innovating with confidence. Now, underpinning these capabilities is a strong data foundation. There is no AI strategy without a data strategy. Data is the fuel for AI, and Snowflake makes it easy to put that fuel to work across your entire business. Unify siloed data, models, and apps. Power collaboration across your ecosystem. Tap into a thriving marketplace. Snowflake's AI Data Cloud is powered by an ecosystem of data. We have thousands of customers sharing data, models, and apps with one another. And the Snowflake Marketplace now has listings from over 750 partners and contains over 3,400 listings. Your data spans teams, departments, even organizations. Using Snowflake, industry leaders are securely sharing data with their customer and partner ecosystem, at times with hundreds of live connections to get the insights they need. These connections can be enhanced with AI chatbots to surface proprietary data faster and more efficiently, all using conversational language. That is the power of a connected AI data cloud. That connectivity creates fluid access to your data wherever it sits and empowers you to elevate your business performance. A connected data ecosystem can unlock entirely new areas of value across an industry. PayPal and Fiserv, two global leaders in payments and fintech, are showing what's possible when organizations collaborate with data and not just transactions. Through Snowflake's privacy-preserving collaboration capabilities, they are securely sharing data across organizational boundaries to power real-time insights and personalized services without moving or copying sensitive information. This kind of secure, scalable collaboration is helping them better serve merchants, optimize risk management, and ultimately transform how financial data works across the industry. Of course, enterprise-grade data requires trust. Every example I have shared is encased with built-in governance, always-on security, and automated compliance and recovery. You need best-in-class security and governance when it comes to sensitive and personal information. And you need data that you can trust. And that is why Snowflake has placed such a large emphasis on retrieval quality and accuracy in AI. It's why Cortex holds a 90+% accuracy rate in AI, and we're not stopping there. We know that you need to move ahead with confidence that the right people are using the right data for the right purpose. In healthcare, trust is everything, and that starts with trusted data. AstraZeneca is a global, science-led, patient-focused pharmaceutical company where data security, quality, and governance aren't optional. They're mission-critical. With Snowflake, AstraZeneca has built a single, secure platform that meets strict compliance standards while ensuring teams across the world have access to reliable and governed data. That foundation supports faster innovation, streamlined operations, and data-driven decisions that researchers, regulators, and patients can trust. When the stakes are high, trust in your data makes all the difference. With Snowflake, we help you do more with your data end to end. From inception to insights, we help you at each stage of the data journey. Early in the data lifecycle, we help companies bring together analytical and transactional data into a single platform, empowering teams with a complete view of their data. And with Snowflake OpenFlow, organizations can ingest real-time events and transactions, transform them on the fly, and make that data analysis ready instantly. We also give you flexibility and control of your data. Snowflake supports modern open table formats, and now you can access core Snowflake functionality like data sharing, security, and performance optimization using Apache Iceberg. Companies are leveraging this capability to manage and query data at scale without compromising on security or performance. From there, you can scale and streamline your data pipelines. And once your data is in Snowflake, we help you unlock its full value with world-class analytics. And AI takes it even further. With Snowflake Intelligence, any user, whether a business or data user, can access insights and analytics using conversational language. It's not just about optimizing what you do today. Snowflake is helping you build what's next. But that's enough for me. Let me invite to the stage one of our amazing customers and one of the biggest customers in India, Dezerv, to hear more about what they're doing with Snowflake. Please welcome to the stage Sandeep, co-founder, Dezerv.
Hi, Adam.
Sandeep,
Hey,
how
Adam.
are you?
I'm going good and welcome to India.
Welcome to Snowflake World Tour. We're so
Thank you.
happy that you are here.
Thank you. It's a privilege being here.
So what I thought is just starting with some basic questions and introduce those individuals here that might not know that much about Dezerv. So maybe we can start with what is Dezerv and what is your vision for the customer?
Adam, I'll set some context, and I think a lot of our prospective clients are also here. India is going through a wealth creation revolution as we head towards becoming the third largest economy in the world. A lot of first generation wealth creators are emerging in India. And given that most of India hasn't been in wealth for a while, this is for the first time that they're handling serious issues related to their portfolios. Through the Dezerv app, we've now analyzed nearly 500,000 portfolios, and over 60% of them are not even able to beat the indices or meet the index return. And that's really the opportunity for Dezerv, is can we serve this first generation wealth creator of India to do better with their portfolios, and in the process sort of help India propel forward. These are individuals who will invest back into Indian businesses. These are individuals who will create jobs for others in India. And so we are super excited to serve this new exciting breed of digitally savvy wealth creators.
That is fantastic. Fantastic. Maybe we could get into how data and AI, what role they're playing in terms of how you can drive better business decisions and help investors make smarter financial decisions.
Adam, at India scale, everything is about data, and everything that is about data is now about AI. So if you think about, for example, in Dezerv's case, how we run portfolios. We use a platform which we built in-house called One Model, which essentially analyzes nearly 2 million data points across nearly 2,000 odd mutual funds in India, 6,000 stocks, 20,000 traded credits, to be able to create portfolios that actually do better for these investors. All of that analytics is run using Snowflake platform, but a lot of the AI that we use and build helps do better with these portfolios, helps us manage these portfolios better. So that's one part of it. The second part of it is we are, in a sense, also trying to build institutional memory around our clients. Can we remember what insight they gave us around their portfolio? Can we remember what we did in their portfolio a year ago and what implication that has on their investments today? So there's a bunch of that stuff. All of that data is harnessed using artificial intelligence and some bit of machine learning to be able to serve these individuals better.
Fantastic. And I assume that's been built in from the start?
Absolutely. And we're fortunate in that we were created in the sort of post-technology, post-COVID era,
Yes.
where we were able to architect these platforms from scratch, as opposed to sort of having to rework legacy platforms. And in that sense, I think we have to thank India's digital public infrastructure, which
Yes.
enabled some of this to happen.
Got it. Excellent. One of the things that I had just mentioned was the importance of trust in data. And I have to think that trust in data for your customers is absolutely critical. So how do you ensure trust and ensuring that data and AI is used responsibly? And how do you actually ensure trust in the data?
Yeah. Adam, trust is the bedrock of financial services. Trust is the bedrock of wealth management, especially when you're dealing with sort of hard-earned capital that people have put together over many years. In that context, we were probably the first or one of the first portfolio managers to be ISO 27001 certified for information security. I think one of the big reasons why we work with Snowflake is the whole institutional grade or enterprise grade security that ring fences our data. Today we plug into very sensitive systems that the government of India has created around the account aggregator platform. And that requires us to be responsible users of that data. The new regulations around cybersecurity or the CSCRF regulations also ensure that larger market intermediaries like us are protecting data well. So there's a bunch of that work happening which is regulatorily enforced. But the way I think about it is that ensuring that we are ring fencing this data goes to the trust that we have or from our clients and the brand that we are trying to build. The cost of a breach is extremely high in our category, and it goes beyond financial impact. So I think it's almost existential for us to ensure that we are secure.
Absolutely, absolutely. I would love to learn how Snowflake has been a part of your journey.
We were thinking about it today, and Krishna, my CTO, is also here. I don't think Dezerv could have existed without the Snowflake platform. And let me sort of give some context to everyone here. The core platform that we created to be able to engage with prospective clients even before they part with their hard-earned capital and give that money to us to manage is the Dezerv app, where we have imported portfolios for nearly 500,000 individuals. It's a free platform. Everyone goes there and sort of analyzes. I learned backstage that people are using it to pressure their wealth managers to do better. And that's a very interesting use case that I hadn't thought of. But in this process, we have now nearly $26 billion of data reported on our platform. Our ability to analyze these data points, to be able to share n=1 insights with customers, I think is enabled by the Snowflake platform. So that's one part of it. The second part of it is that traditionally business decisions are delayed because just getting the insights out of business data takes that much time. And sometimes, especially in capital markets, you need to react pretty fast. our ability to derive these insights about how our customers are behaving or what are the assets that we can propose to them at the right time, a lot of that is on courtesy of the Snowflake data platform. So in a sense, think of it like our central nervous system, and we're excited to be happy users of it.
Fantastic, fantastic. I would be curious to learn also, just based on your background, having worked in wealth management for your career, how do you see the industry kind of shaping up and transforming over the coming years and decade?
Adam, and this is one part that I hope everyone sits up and takes notice. India is today at $12 trillion of savings. That number in the next couple of decades will head to become nearly $100 trillion. As we speak, and in India we use the term crorepati, which is somebody, give or take, was $110,000 of investable surplus. There are nearly 1 crore crorepati households in India, which essentially means that there are nearly 10 million households with more than $100,000 of investable surplus. In that context, I think this is probably one of the largest markets for wealth management anywhere in the world. I think there's a lot to be done for us to be able to serve these customers better. In the 2020 to 2023 era, during the COVID time, a lot of these individuals for the very first time used digital platforms to engage with capital markets. As Vijayan mentioned, there are 20 billion UPI transactions happening in India, but there are hundreds of millions of stock transactions and brokerage transactions happening in India. Indian brokers have scaled very rapidly. Now, all of these individuals who've come into capital markets now are seeking hand-holding and assistance so that they can do better with those portfolios. India solved the problem of access. Now it's upon us to solve the issue of experience. How do we ensure that these individuals who worked hard to create this capital are able to create wealth with their portfolios? So I think it's a huge market opportunity here and now. None of this is going to be possible without digital systems. At India scale, to be able to serve millions of wealth creators better, we need to be able to leverage technology. And very soon, subject to regulatory sort of blessing, we should be able to use AI as well to be able to serve these individuals better. And there are new mutual fund launches practically every week. There are new stock listings happening every alternate week. There are bond issuance happening in the background, which we don't even hear about. So the supply side is also getting very interesting. And I think we are uniquely poised to be able to capture all of this opportunity using technology. And I think at Dezerv, we couldn't be more lucky to be creating this platform in this era and in this part of the world.
Fantastic, fantastic. I love the story of Dezerv. I love the fact that you are building a disruptive technology with such a big focus on the customer experience as well. It's fantastic to meet you in person here and hear your story, so thank you so much.
Thank you, Adam. And it's a pleasure being here. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That is a fantastic story. I love hearing more about also financial services customers. In my role at Snowflake, me and my team, we focus on customers across industries. We have over 2,500 financial services customers, and hearing how these customers are interacting with each other, again, focusing on transforming or disrupting the space is just super, super exciting. So, your data does more with Snowflake end to end. No matter the industry, like financial services or any other industry, the challenge or the opportunity ahead of you, we are helping our customers, like Dezerv, push the boundaries of innovation at each and every step of their data and AI journey. Easy, connected, trusted. That is the AI Data Cloud, and it's as simple as that. Get ready to learn more about what you can do with Snowflake today as we get into the details in this next section. And for that, let me invite to the stage my good friend Madan, who will be taking us through the technical keynote.
Hello, Bengaluru. How's everyone doing? All right, for the Kannadigas in the audience, namaskara. Chanagidira? All right. So let's jump in. Platform, Snowflake platform, what is it about? I know this is a highly technical audience, so I wanted to dig in a little bit on some details on what Snowflake is about and what it can do for you. But anyway, first off, I've been in the city for a few days, and the energy and the hustle is unmatched. I love coming back to Bangalore. I was born here. I came here every summer, so lots of good memories. But gosh, Bangalore is in the middle of AI transformation, so it's awesome to be here talking to you all. All right, let's jump in. I'll start with what Adam talked about: easy, connected, and trusted. That is what Snowflake AI Data Cloud is all about. And Snowflake is a single unified platform for all data and AI workloads. And what that means is it's fully managed, interoperable, secure by design, and supports cross-cloud and open standards. Our customers here in India are already putting AI to work in Snowflake. They're fueling innovation with AI-ready data. They're delivering intelligent and highly personalized experiences. And they're empowering every team member to bring instant insights through natural language and intelligent applications. So let's jump in more. The reality is, it's very challenging to get there. It's full of dilemmas, and I'll talk about these three in a little bit more detail. For many, AI potential is very clear, it's high, but the readiness is very low. Organizations want to adopt AI, but they struggle to put that into action. Data is often not ready. It's not clean. It's not governed. It's abundant. It's all over us, but the quality is low. In many cases, you can't even access the data. And third, we know innovation is accelerating. AI is transforming and moving industries and functions in a rapid pace, but legacy architectures are holding back, right, from taking advantage of the innovation. At Snowflake, we really want to think about how we convert these three outcomes that we hear from customers all the time into I can statements. And the three outcomes that I hear from customers all the time is they want to leverage AI, they want to deliver results faster, and they want to have a future-proof architecture because things are changing every week, every day. And these three are very reasonable because speed and scale of execution matters. If you don't keep up with what's happening, if you're not able to get your data to deliver on what the AI outcomes, the business outcomes you care about, somebody else is going to. So let's jump in. Every organization today is thinking about how to make AI real, how to make decisions faster with the data that you have, and empower every team and create better customer experiences. But to do that, you need more than a great model or APIs. You need AI that's connected with your data. And you want it to be secure by design, and you want it to build for scale. With Snowflake AI Data Cloud, we built a platform where AI is built in. We are bringing AI to your data, as opposed to you taking data out in order to leverage AI. And that's a big difference. And we want to make it easy in doing so. So with Snowflake, you can make your data AI ready, clean, governed, trusted, and unified. You can have model choice. Use the best frontier models or the open source models that are domain specific for your need. You can easily get AI-powered insights. So you can ask a question, get an answer from both structured and unstructured data. You can create intelligent assistants and apps, and empower every team with AI agents anybody can use. And above all, you can uphold the governance and the trust controls to ensure confidence. So you move fast, you move with control. So let's double click on how we make that happen with Snowflake. Snowflake Cortex AI brings together models, APIs, tools, and governance into a single secure enterprise-ready platform. It is fully managed, natively integrated with your data. So let's double click in each of these layers. The bottommost layer is the data layer, and it's super important to get the data ready for AI agents and the right models, for your tasks. But in most organizations, getting this data ready for AI, get the right shape and format is extremely challenging. Your teams with Snowflake can go from raw input to ready-to-use models and assets in less time with less effort. No stitching together various pipelines, no waiting for certain departments to give you access or permissions, just instant access to the content your models need. Easy. The layer above is about using the data once you have it ready. Most organizations are sitting on a gold mine of information. Think about your enterprise. Your contracts, your reports, your tables, your PDF, your chat transcripts. That's a gold mine of data in the enterprise about your business. So we have 3 separate product features that allow you to take advantage of this gold mine of information. First one is Cortex Analyst, which allows you to query and extract insights from structured data like tables and records. The second one is Cortex Search. This allows you to retrieve insights from large swaths of unstructured data. Remember, in your enterprise, 90% of useful data actually sits outside of structured data. It gets generated as your enterprise interacts with data, your customers interact with data. So being able to use something like Cortex Search to generate insights easily from unstructured data is huge. Last but not the least is Document AI. It's a very specific feature that allows you to parse and embed using AI in order to unlock a content and intelligence that's hidden in reports, contracts, invoices, turning text into usable intelligence. Cortex brings the intelligence to where your data already lives. Then we come to models. Snowflake Cortex AI offers a wide variety of foundational models, some of the world's premier models like OpenAI and Anthropic, as well as open source models. But the real differentiation is this is all running within your Snowflake trust boundary, within the boundary where your data is secured and governed. So you're not taking data out to leverage these great models. You're bringing those great models to your data within your security boundary. And then you talk about governance. Snowflake bakes governance into every layer, from access controls to usage monitoring to model evaluations or AI guardrails. It is built in so you can innovate responsibility and move fast with confidence. Now, this last layer on the top of the stack is perhaps the most exciting. This is where all the agentic innovation is happening. And this new agentic stack where intelligence meets interface and actions can be taken by your agents on your behalf. So let's double click there. Snowflake Intelligence is the first party Snowflake AI experience, a new class of agent applications that is built directly in Snowflake UI. It's currently in public preview. It is designed to help every user, whether you're an analyst, a data engineer, a data governor, whether you're technical or not, to be able to move faster, again, with your data in the most secure way possible. This is much more than the conversational chat that you see. It understands your context, again, your data, your role in the organization, and respects those boundaries and makes it very easy to do self-service analytics. So, for example, a business analyst in retail exploring sales trends. As soon as she's typing her question, Snowflake Intelligence figures out her context, her role, the data that she has access to, and she can figure out what outcomes you want to look at, and Snowflake Intelligence delivers that insights very quickly. Now, let's talk about Cortex agents. Cortex agents is the API layer that makes it easy to build and deploy custom AI-powered assistants. Cortex agents allows developers to build custom tools and logic for your own, custom agents, maintain access, secure access to your memory, and prior tasks and interactions. And last but not the least, inject guardrails and routing logic, so you can build sophisticated, intelligent apps. Last component is Cortex AI SQL, which enables users, especially SQL users, which many of you likely are, to perform sophisticated AI-powered analytics on various data types, including text, audio, video, using familiar SQL commands, without kind of having to go learn something new. And it unlocks powerful capabilities, such as classification, summarization, extraction, and more. With Snowflake, we bring AI to your data, easy to use, easy to scale, and easy to trust. Now it's time to bring it all to life. Is everyone ready for a demo? All right. Let's give it up for Kamesh. Kamesh, bring it all together in a live demo.
Hi, Namaskara, Bengaluru. ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ನಮ್ಮೂರು ಕಸ್ತೂರಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನಮ್ದು ಮಾತೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Thank you. Awesome. So I think we talked about a lot of stuff that we talk AI, SQL, unstructured and unstructured data. So as data practitioners, we deal with lots of data. Product images, sales numbers, product data, customer data, and all these stuff, right? To get AI insights from these things is absolutely phenomenal, right? You can take lots of AI data. But the problem is to make all these things to work together is really tricky stuff, right? That's where all the turning starts. The next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how we can use Snowflake Cortex to solve this problem. What you are going to see is like, how do we process multimodal data, any type of data type? It could be text, images, and other stuff. Then we use Cortex Analyst to give a definition or business definition to be very precise for your data using semantic models. The third, we're going to use Cortex Search not to leave our unstructured friends out. So we want to search data, unstructured data instantly. The real problem comes here, right? How do I wire Cortex Analyst and Cortex Search together? That's where we're going to use Snowflake Intelligence to tie things together, to kind of make all these things work in tandem, not only Cortex Search, Cortex Analyst, but we are also going to make use of other tools, for example, sending an email to people. And last but not the least, all these things we are going to do using simple natural language, just in plain English, or in Kannada, for that matter. All right? Let's get started. So for that, everything what I need is a foundation. For example, like I want to set up my data foundation. I have a bunch of queries run here. We're going to deal, for today's demo, we're going to deal with a bunch of customer support cases. And I'm going to looking into a particular product, right? For example, like I have a bunch of stuff, I'm going to use this cases that you see. The very first function that you're going to see, we talked about AI SQL, is AI Complete. What this basically does is that AI Complete, for example, in this case, I have this unstructured data, a transcript between a customer and an agent, and this is going to kind of summarize that into using Claude Sonnet model, just one row for the second. But what gets interesting, like what you want to say, okay, I want to show all the rows in my table, have thousands of rows in my table, I want to summarize all these things together. How do I basically do that? That's where AI Aggregate comes into picture. Using AI Aggregate, I can scan across all the rows within that particular table and then kind of summarize them together. Now comes another question to me, okay? So how do I kind of get only per month or per thing, right? It makes it so easy at Snowflake, as you always say, we have an AI Aggregate that can be combined with group by month. So that's the same thing, same AI Aggregate, AI Complete function, the SQL function. I'm kind of grouping by month. What happens right now is that it's going to return you a monthly aggregate of support. Summarization is going to be done in monthly fashion, right? Let's see what the data looks like. For example, I have a data here, so it's kind of like giving me an aggregated insights for May. That's what I'm getting here for the little summary that I have here, right? You can go May, June, July, August, whatever you want. But the power comes here, right? We are combining the power of AI with AI Aggregate and to group by and everything put together. But what gets more interesting is that when I take these one into Snowflake Intelligence, For example, as I said, I have the sales data, support tickets thing. That's what I'm going to play with. So I'm going to have an agent created. I'll come back to this agent in a second. So what I'm going to find right now is going to get me a trend of sales between July and August. That's exactly what I'm going to ask right now. And you see this is kind of going and verifying this. There's a verified analyst query. I'll talk about that in a second. It's running a query for you and kind of giving you the data in a second, showing you a chart, if it's possible, kind of all the things that trends that happened here, right? It's kind of getting into the data, asking a natural language question, and kind of doing this stuff. How does it know, like, what is these agents are, right? What tools I need to call? What is a verified thing? That's where, agents comes into picture. It's called as Cortex Agents Instance. We have a REST API as well as other stuff. And then all click-through interface, where we have configured the tools, Cortex Analyst. I'll come back to that in a second, which is on a semantic view, on a semantic data. Then we have Cortex Search, which is going to search on the unstructured data. We'll show that in a second. And lastly, we also have a custom tool that can send an email or any other tool. It's an email in this case. You can send it to Slack, Microsoft Outlook, or anywhere you want, right? Right sitting inside your Cortex Analyst interface. So what does Cortex Analyst will do? So as I said earlier, is giving a kind of what you call a structural information to an unstructured raw data, right? A contextual information, a business definition to be very precise, right? To a data. For example, I had a bunch of tables, marketing, campaign metrics, product, sales, and everything. So basically, I defined a thing, what we call as facts, dimensions, and other stuff. So I'm not going to get into detail with the time given, but I'm happy to chat with you if you're around on how this is actually being done. Once we have done this, we also wired up Cortex Search support tickets. If you remember, like when I ran the notebook, I ran a support cases summary, this particular table, which summarizes all my transcript rows into summary. I kind of took that out and kind of fed it into for the vector to kind of do kind of a semantic search or hybrid search. Let's query this question again. So there is one question that I have very specifically here. I'm going to ask about, let me go here and then take this question out. What issues are reported with jackets recently with customer support tickets? Okay, this is not a semantic data. This is going to be unstructured data, which is going to come from my support ticket summary. And you see here, it's saying that Cortex Search tool kind of going there and kind of finding the Thermo Jacket Pro summary that is given from there, which is kind of going inside my unstructured data, the transcripts basically to kind of get this data here. All right? So how nice it would be if I can ask the same question in Kannada. Kannadalli kelona? Nodtivi yenagatte ante. All right? So I'm just going to take this question. I just copied this just to save. I'm not a super fast typer in Kannada, so I just kind of do this one. Jacket landike yava samashyagalu. Okay, so I'm repeating the same question that I'm asked in English, and let's see what Cortex Analyst kind of do right now. Okay, so it's going behind. It understood that it's on Kannada, right? And then kind of giving my answer back in Kannada. It's not in English. I've just given it information saying that get my answer back in Kannada, right? So that's a natural thing that we're getting. It understands you, what you want, the language you want, and kind of getting the results back in the same language as you're asking for, right? So it is too fast for me to read. If you can ask me to read, like in 10 minutes, I can read this whole stuff here, okay? The last but not the least one that I want to share with you that how do I do, I just say send email. So this is going to pop an email of this summary into my email box that I have here, probably just sending to my Hotmail address. And then it's going to send in all the stuff. I think I suppose like it's going to send in Kannada because it understands that the email was generated in Kannada. I'm going to get an email in Kannada soon from here. Okay, let me go back to my email box, another box, and then see if I get the email in a second. Okay, let me refresh this. Another one. Let's wait for some time. I think probably the email will take a few seconds for it to land. It's come here. And before that, what we'll also do is like just do a little bit. There we go. We got the email sent to me. It's an actionable insight from your unstructured data that got in here, right? It's all sitting in one little tool called a Snowflake Intelligence from where I'm able to do all these stuff. All right? So just to summarize this, I just want to go a little further just to have a fun activity here. So what we'll do is like we'll make use of the Cortex functions live. So what I'm going to do is like I need your help to kind of take a picture of you all and upload it, and then I'm going to use Cortex Analyst to measure or count how many people are sitting in this room. I will request you to raise your hands just to give a difference of count. Okay? Let's go 1, coming here, 1, 2, 3. It gets processed. And then this is going to be, Let me save this image. I'm just kind of going and upload here. Just there, give me a few seconds for this to upload, and let me get back to my system, and then open this up. I just go to this tab, start this app while the thing gets uploaded. There's going to be a Streamlit app, and let me see if my picture got uploaded. Here, let me do a refresh of this, till see it's getting uploaded. Okay. All right, it's going to be a scanned one here. So let me export this as an image. Okay, so that it's easy for me. This is an image that we're going to use. Sorry that I'm not able to cover the entire room. Let me export this image as a JPEG so that my thing can handle. In my computer, I'm just going to go to Snaps, and then I'm going to say it as a JPEG. Okay, I'll just call it as SWT BLR Keynote. I'll tell you why I'm doing this in a second. And let's save this here and see what happens. Okay, this would have gone to my default folder for pictures. Okay, let me see if it's come here. Okay, where is my little fellow has gone? Okay, so this is where it's going to go here and find it. Where is this? Sorry about that. Snaps, it should have been here. Go to downloads. Sorry about this little small. I just want to get in the right folder, so that like it's easy for me to pick this up and then go to the JPEG format that I want. And I said earlier, I just want to rename this as SWT BLR Keynote. And there you go. And I suppose like it should be here, somewhere there, Google Drive, Snaps. Yeah, there we go. And what I'm going to do is like I'm just going to browse that one and then kind of upload that back to go back to my Google Drive. Yeah, there we go. Shared drives, Dezerv demos, Snaps, this one, and let's upload this. And this is going to upload this now, and then it's going to do a little refresh of data, and then it's kind of going to say like how the data actually works. I think let's give it a few minutes for this to upload. The refresh happens in a second. And you should see the count given there. I think probably it covers just this part of the whole thing. So we should get the count in a few seconds. Once the data gets refreshed, it has to go into my stage. My data lives all the way in US West. So it has to go all the way to US West and then get this thing done. So let's give a few seconds for this to work. And let's see, there we go. And then this is the count that you see here. Total attendees here that you got here. I'm also trying to load the same image. The one part of this, not the complete thing, is 850 attendees, 680 raise their hands. It's 80% conversion, and it's all done using AI Complete Live. So give me 1 second so that I can show you the live data as well for you. And then it's done using this little AI Complete function where I'm asking Claude for Sonnet to kind of analyze the image and count the people who are sitting here. And there you get the count of this whole room that you see here, along with how many people are sitting here, plus Snowflake World Tour Bangalore keynote. Okay, this is also done by my AI Complete function. It understands the context from how this whole image is noted. Is this fun? Thank you. And that's pretty much it. Like in last 10 minutes, we started from processing unstructured data, any type of data, and we landed into an actionable email, sending emails to you. It's all using Snowflake Cortex. As usually say, it's all easy, connected, and trusted on top of secure Snowflake platform. If you ask me to put it in one line, if you ask me what you look like this, the future of data intelligence is right here. Thank you so much, and back to Madan.
Awesome. What an incredible demo. Please give it up for Kamesh. All right, so hopefully you saw that, how easy it was to take advantage of Snowflake's Cortex AI capabilities and get instant, easy insights in a secure fashion. So now let's get back to our 3 challenges. One of the things that we talked about was how do we want to get faster results? And when we talk to customers, this is a common pattern. Like, yes, easy does it, but I want to actually get results, and I want to remove friction across my organization. Remember, I said speed and scale of execution matters. So let's kind of think about what are the I can statements that Snowflake can do for you. You can deliver faster results by integrating all types of data, different formats, different modality. You can run faster data and analytic workloads, and you can drive internal and external collaboration across teams, lines of business, partners, and even customers. So let's double click. Let's start with ingestion. Data ingestion is a super important part of your data lifecycle journey, and you need to bring it all together, regardless of the source, the type, the format. And you need to do it fast and secure. With Snowflake, data integration is simpler, more flexible, and ready for AI from get-go. And the truth is, we know data ingestion is a challenging pain point for many of you. Whether it's batch or streaming, structured or unstructured, internal or external sources of data, integrating data so they all are harmonized across the enterprise can really slow down projects and limit your ability to act on insights. And that's where we've introduced Snowflake OpenFlow, a new managed ingestion capability designed for today's multi-model world and is now generally available. OpenFlow brings together batch and streaming, structured and unstructured data, real-time, and scheduled jobs. Whether your data lives in SharePoint, S3 blobs, Google Drive, Slack, or even PDFs and videos, OpenFlow helps you connect it instantly, process it, and bring it to Snowflake with fewer steps and less overhead. Because OpenFlow is built on Apache NiFi, it supports a broad and extensible connector ecosystem. Candidly, any system of record, we should be able to get data ingested easily on Snowflake. Now, we know the importance of speed and time to market. I talked about speed and scale of execution matters. We introduced Gen 2 warehouses, and Gen 2 warehouses allow higher throughput, faster response time, and better concurrency for your analytics workloads. So if your analysts are using dashboards and querying a whole bunch of tables, or they're looking for creating intelligent applications that need snappy response time, Gen 2 warehouses is the answer. It's up to 2x faster performance on average across a diversity of data workloads. It has improved out-of-box efficiency, significant reduction in latency, and better performance predictability. This means your teams can go from raw data to insight even faster without needing to be cloud infrastructure experts. Gen 2 warehouses are now in public preview and are available for anyone in the audience to try. Now, finally, the third part is to collaboration with data internally and externally. I think about this as one of the unique differentiators of Snowflake. Your data is a valuable asset. Yes, your data is the core of your product, yes, but your data needs to come alive, and it comes alive when you can share that data, when you can activate that data, and when you can monetize and distribute the data on top of it. So let's double click here. With Snowflake, you can share data, but also apps, AI, and semantic models, all the artifacts that are built around data within Snowflake. Why? Because your employees are not operating in silos. Your organization doesn't either. So we made it easier for you to share and collaborate data, AI, apps, both internally and externally. So internal marketplace, as I mentioned, is really geared towards enterprises that are sitting on a goldmine of data, your data. And the truth is, knowing what data you have, where does it sit, who has access, is really challenging. Now, internal marketplace, as I mentioned, we are simplifying how teams across an enterprise can discover, access, securely distribute your data products. What we've done is we've taken the Snowflake marketplace, which I'll touch on briefly, that is available for external collaboration, and made it available for internal enterprise users. So teams can publish and curate data products with request and approval flows, similar to what you would do externally, all within the confines of your enterprise protocols for security and governance. And it makes them more secure and compliant. So whether it's a notebook, a machine learning model, or just a data set, a few tables and records, you can share any of those securely internally. It makes it easy for you to think about data product and scale it across your enterprise. And it's not just about internal data and apps. Go to market with Marketplace, Snowflake Marketplace, is one of the most attractive things for our partners for two reasons. It's a zero cost of sale. Your product, when it's made available in Snowflake Marketplace, is instantly reaching 12,000 plus Snowflake customers. Many of them looking to access third-party data, curated data that they can use and combine and smash with their enterprise data. So the Snowflake Marketplace can bring the entire ecosystem together across various industries and domains. You can discover and deploy live third-party data sets, models, and applications. You can multiply reach and impact with apps and data products, and also extend it with Snowflake native apps, deployed securely in customers' Snowflake account. It is best to see the power of Snowflake collaboration. For that, let me call up on stage Piyush Goyal from Razorpay to talk about it. Piyush?
Thanks, Piyush. Thank you, Madan. Hello, everyone. Really excited to be among all the data enthusiasts. My name is Piyush Goyal. I head the data charter at Razorpay. Razorpay is one of the leading payment providers in the country. Our mission is to be the one-stop solution for all money movement needs of businesses. We power the India's booming and growing digital economy, and we have millions of merchants onboarded onto our products across small, mid-scale, and enterprise segments. We move hundreds of billions of dollars annually on our products. And as Vijayant mentioned, right, the amount of UPI transactions flowing through the country, Razorpay powers a considerable chunk of that. Right? We have customers across all verticals, like financial institutions, education, transport, quick commerce, travel, and government institutions as well. Incidentally, just last month, I was paying my house tax, and I realized that government institution was using Razorpay as a payments provider. It was quite humbling and pleasing experience for me. Right? Adam touched upon having simplicity in your data access patterns. The simplicity has been a core tenet of how Razorpay has designed its products. Merchants can start collecting their payments within minutes of signing up on the platform, unlike previous experiences where it used to take days to get through the compliance processes and everything. We have built products that allow merchants to manage money across the whole life cycle. You want to start collecting money, you can use the payment gateway. You can use our POS terminals. You can create and send payment links in real time on WhatsApp or any messaging platforms. You can create custom payment pages to collect money from your customers. You want to send out money, you can use our payable products, that is payroll for managing employee salaries, payouts to vendors, utility and bill payments. You can collect invoices, do vendor management. Once all the money is flowing through the receivables and payables, we also allow transaction-led marketing and loyalty products. With billions of transactions flowing through our system, we are managing terabytes and terabytes of data every day on behalf of our merchants. And our merchants are also spending hundreds of hours every week just managing these data points. And the challenges faced by the merchants are several. The financial operation processes are fairly complex, operationally heavy. A lot of our merchants have big teams of employees just going through each and every invoice that they send and reconciling it whether the money has flowed into the bank or not. There's a lot of risk associated with delayed data hitting their systems, just trying to figure out whether a chargeback is going to come or not. The marketing teams wait for the data to hit their marketing products to close the loop and design their marketing campaigns. Technically, it's also a very heavy and an erroneous process. Very minimal amount of alerting and monitoring, files not hitting the SFTP servers, SFTP servers going down, files missing data. It's a very cumbersome and operationally heavy process. And as Madan touched upon, right, a lot of our merchants have been running on legacy architectures on their financial stack. The old ways of exchanging data through SFTP servers, blob storages, APIs, and webhooks, honestly, are outdated and very error-prone. To solve this problem for our merchants, Razorpay launched a product called Data Sync in partnership with Snowflake in 2024. What it allows merchants is to collect data about their payments and all the payment applications in close to real time using the private data sync capabilities of Snowflake Warehouse. You can get access to raw data in near real time, or you can get access to enriched data directly into your warehouse without any implementation or any engineering effort involved. The product was launched in 2024, and it has gained significant traction with many of our customers. And with the product, we are giving the power of the data back to the merchants with very low cost of ownership. If you have an existing warehouse, the data directly hits your warehouse without any external integration or an ETL pipeline that you have to write. The processes, the financial processes are simplified. You can process refunds faster. You can reconcile your data faster. You can manage the chargeback risk associated with the slower processes. You can also fuel your data-driven solution in-house. You can build real-time ML models, inferencing pipelines, basis that you can take analytical decisions. You can run your marketing campaigns, whatnot. And the next frontier, you already got a sneak peek into what Cortex enables you to do on your data. That's another feature that we are adding on to Data Sync going forward, right? Allowing Cortex agents to ask questions and give you insights directly onto your financial data, which is getting synced into your warehouse in near real time. Let Cortex do the heavy lifting for the merchants. Let them give delightful experience to their customers without worrying about the insights that have to be drawn from the data. And we are really excited to partner with Snowflake into this journey. Thank you.
Got the mic? All right, thank you so much, Piyush. What an amazing story, the customer story using Snowflake and at a scale, right? Only Razorpay can, prove. India is like the scale capital. Every time I come, I see software stack that is running at scale, like, never before or anywhere else. So, awesome. All right, so let's jump back in to the frame that we talked about. The three things that we talked about, our customer wants, which is the third one. Customers want to have a future-proof architecture. Because every organization is not just consuming data more. Obviously, it's there of AI, you need data. It is the foundation and the fuel. But they're also generating more data, right? As you access data, you're generating more data than ever. And they're doing that across teams, tools, partners, and platforms. But it's not the volume, the velocity, or the variety of data that creates value. It is the architecture behind it. So to turn data into a strategic advantage for you, for your business, for your people, you need future-proof architecture. One that is built for scale and one that grows with your business. So you don't have to worry about bottlenecks and cliffs, that is going to hold you back from your growth. It adapts as you need and powers AI as it becomes central to every function. So what does it look like, a future-proof architecture? A future-proof architecture is one that allows you to adapt to ever-evolving needs, that has built-in data and governance, that allows you to easily protect and unlock value of sensitive data. Often we see, oh yeah, we want to govern data, but that shouldn't be a way to to constantly say no to get value out of data. You need to do both. And then a price performance optimization that constantly improves over time. So let's double click on how Snowflake can help in each of these areas. Let's start with flexibility and adaptability. Snowflake, as I mentioned earlier, was built from start to be a single unified platform, eliminating silos across data types, apps, and AI. We give you the flexibility in how you work with data and compute and AI. You can build with it, you can integrate with it, you can extend it, and benefit throughout the data value lifecycle. Snowflake architecture shouldn't be limited by geography or cloud. When you're running on Snowflake, we want to make sure that it is seamlessly working across all the cloud service providers, all the clouds, the regions. So you want to architect for resilience, compliance, and performance while maintaining a single unified experience across data types and formats. So we know that your needs evolve, and your data architecture should as well. So whether you're starting with warehousing, whether you're thinking about a data mesh architecture or a lakehouse use case, moving towards decentralization or localization, Snowflake supports all these architecture choices seamlessly. Data architecture is one thing, but we also want to support compute of our choice, like having different sizes of warehouses, different types of compute supporting warehouses for price performance, and different languages that you can use, whether it's Python or SQL. And then last but not the least, we talked about AI choice, having the models that you want, having the availability in various regions and clouds. An important aspect of having this flexibility is openness and interoperability, and at Snowflake, we are deeply committed to both. We have support for Apache Iceberg and Apache Polaris. Matter of fact, we are leading these open incubation efforts with members of Snowflake. And you can work with open formats, table formats, and catalogs while still getting the promise of Snowflake enterprise value on price performance, governance, ease of use, and innovation. So from geospatial data to variant support, our team is working with the open ecosystem, giving you choice without any compromise. We are excited particularly about the recent announcement of Snowpark Connect for Apache Spark. It's a new feature in public preview. It allows any Spark user to connect to Snowflake and run all modern Apache Spark data frames, Spark SQL, and user-defined functions code directly within Snowflake where your data lives. This means lower total cost of ownership, an average of about 41% reduction in cost, faster development, and we've seen up to 5.6 times faster performance, and scalable governance by unifying your Spark workloads with the rest of your data on a single, secure, scalable platform. So next, the future-proof architecture streamlines how you govern and protect your data. So let's double-click there. We built Snowflake Horizon Catalog. It's a collection of technologies that help you manage and govern your data. Horizon helps you understand, secure, manage your data across your entire organization. It covers everything from data discovery to lineage, to policy enforcement, and data quality. Horizon Catalog has capabilities to help you understand and know your data, as well as have policies and governance on your data. It is the most capable platform for Snowflake data, and it is fully interoperable with open standards, which is Iceberg-based REST catalogs. And finally, when we talk to customers about outcomes they want from the data platform, one theme that comes across is cost efficiency. Whether you're optimizing your cloud spend, streamlining your engineering time, or reducing data replication, the economics matter. And that's why at Snowflake, we have deeply focused on improving both performance and price performance, so you get the most value out of your data in the least amount of time. Snowflake was built from ground up to deliver economic efficiency. Matter of fact, if you open up your console, you can see price per query over a period of time. And our commitment is to continuously improve the platform, so you have the greatest and the most price performant platform for your data. You only pay for what you use, and the storage is decoupled, and the compute shuts off automatically when you're not using it. This foundational design for Snowflake eliminates over-provisioning and surprise builds and gives you precise cost control. As you scale your use with Snowflake, you have to have confidence that your resources are being used efficiently. And that comes with visibility, control, and optimization. These capabilities in Snowflake work together to help you make Snowflake usage and eliminate surprises, reducing costs, and making sure that every Snowflake credits extracts the most value from your data. But everything we just walked through is only meaningful if it works for your entire organization. After all, your decision for choosing the data platform is probably one of the most strategic choices that you have to make for the future of your company, perhaps for your business. So whether you're a business user, looking for instant answers using Snowflake intelligence, or a data engineer building pipelines or ingesting data through OpenFlow, or a software developer, using Cortex AI capabilities to build intelligent agentic apps, we meet every team member and persona that touches data where they are. Even external customers and partners can securely access these insights and experiences you choose to share without duplicating or moving data all around. This is the power of Snowflake AI Data Cloud, a platform designed for your entire organization and for all personas that touch data. With Snowflake, you can put data and AI in the hands of everyone in your organization, as we talked about. You can democratize data and insights. You can empower every user, and you can supercharge productivity. We covered a lot today. We shared some exciting updates, features, saw some amazing demos. We also highlighted use cases from customers like Razorpay, all to show that what you want to do with data is possible right now. Today, you can actually leverage AI. Today, you can deliver faster results with Snowflake. And today, with Snowflake, you can have a future-proof architecture. Because Snowflake is where data does more. And we're excited about having the next section start with a message from a couple of special people in Snowflake. So let's roll the video, and then I'll call back Vijayant and Adam.
We wanted to build an amazing product that our customers would love.
We firmly believe that we only succeed when our customers succeed. So putting the customer first means working every day to earn our customer business and trust, and building solutions that enable their long-term success.
We continue to listen and understand customers' needs and pain points to focus on what truly matters to them. At Snowflake, we have 8 core values, and put customer first is on top of that list, and for good reason. The team lives these values on a daily basis, ensuring that everything they do is with customers in mind. All our values ultimately link back to putting customers first. Those values include thinking big, being excellent, and embracing each other's difference, among others. And it's all interconnected. By living these values, we deliver a great product and experience to our customers.
Congratulations to our 2025 Data Drivers Award winners.
The Data Driver Award celebrates the best of the best. Each of you has established yourself as the leader in your respective industries, driving innovation through data and AI. Reading your stories continues to inspire Thierry and I.
Thank you for choosing Snowflake as your partner. We can't wait to see what the future holds for you in the AI Data Cloud.
All right, those are the 2 OGs. With that, Vijayant and Adam, please join me.
Thanks, Madan. First of all, thanks, Madan, Adam, all our speakers, Prasoon and Sandeep before, and our AI superstar, Kamesh. Please give them all a big round of applause. Thank you for the wonderful session. This brings us to probably the part I like the most of Snowflake World Tours is recognizing folks and organizations who are doing some amazing innovation on data and AI. By the way, the gentlemen you saw earlier were our founders, Benoit and Thierry, right? And basically, these are global awards we give organizations and individuals to recognize the innovation and work they're doing on the Snowflake platform. Starting off with the first category. This is for the AI Innovator of the Year for Snowflake. So this is an award which recognizes an organization which has actually adopted AI with speed and agility for business outcomes. I won't ask you to guess. The organization in question here is Sense. Please give her a big round of applause. I'd request the Sense team to come up and accept the award. For the Sense team. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Great to see all of you on stage. Congratulations for the amazing work you're doing. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you so much. Keep up the great work. Look forward to the collaboration as we move ahead. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yep. Thank you so much, Sense. And you know, like I mentioned, they're doing some amazing work with AI on the Snowflake platform. Look forward to greater things as we move ahead. Thank you so much. Moving on to the next category, and this is for innovation in data analytics. So this is for an organization which is using analytics for real life outcomes, for business advantage. They were actually here. One of the founders was here some time back talking about the amazing work they're doing in financial services, in wealth management. This award for data analytics goes to Dezerv. If I can request the Dezerv team to come on stage, collect their award. We all heard Sandeep talk about it. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Well done. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you so much, Team Dezerv, and for the amazing work you're doing with analytics at a scale which is pretty unprecedented in the financial services world. And like I mentioned, this is a global recognition for the work you're doing. So great work. Thank you so much for that. The final award is for data collaboration. We talked about, and we had Prasoon earlier talking about, how that happens at scale in their organization. But essentially an organization which is using collaboration and sharing for unlocking massive outcomes for themselves and their customers. Essentially the ability to now do real-time sharing of data for business outcomes. And the winner for this is Razorpay. Thank you, Team Razorpay. Amazing work. Look forward to the collaboration moving ahead. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Fantastic. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the keynotes. Once again, thanking all our speakers today and thanking all of you for being such an amazing audience. We have a whole lot of tracks lined up after this in the breakouts. So please look forward to that and have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you so much.